Nobody's put this fucking film together. You're gonna have to say goodbye to your loved ones on Facebook. Let's get a big bag of popcorn. Everybody's crying. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for dying on Facebook. Peter, Lucas, whatever, the rat. I can't take it no more. One of the moms ate a gummy. Tremendous. This podcast is brought to you by ONNIT. Go to ONNIT.com and look at the great selection of supplements. If you find something you like, press in code Joey and get 10% off delivered right to your house. What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? Sorry about Monday, but it's Wednesday. The joint is brought to you by, who do you think on a Wednesday morning? Bluechew. Listen, if April showers bring May flowers, it's time to plant your seed and give your lady a nice white stabbing type of shower. Bluechew is tremendous. No drama. They taste great. You can pop them anytime, any day. And you're saying, but Uncle Joey, you're a fucking old goat. My hammer of death is still working. Yeah, but guess what? You want it to work 110%. You want to go in there and rip shit up. You understand me? You want her to call you and say, no Mars, I can't take it. You destroyed it. The process is simple. You sign up at Bluechew.com and you talk to one of the licensed medical providers. Once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part is, it's all online. No doctor's office, no pharmacy, no fucking judgment. It ships right to your door in a discreet package. Bluechew tablets are made in the USA and they're way cheaper than the pharmacy. So if you could benefit from a little extra confidence, if you know what, that's what they want to call it. I call it showing up there with a bat that's gonna hit a fucking grand slam. So if you can perform like that, don't you want to be with Bluechew? So do you a favor. Bluechew can help you out. They'll make you a fucking stabbing. It comes in a little package. You can put it in your wallet, and it don't matter. You can take it anywhere, anytime on an empty stomach. You'll be fucking rocking and rolling within 30 minutes, hitting yourself on the head. So do yourself a favor. Go to Bluechew.com right now. Try Bluechew for free. How fucking good? Who shows up with a fucking hard on a Wednesday? Uncle Joey does at fucking 7 in the morning. So go try Bluechew for free when you use promo code Joey, Joey at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. I'm hooking you up today. That's Bluechew.com, promo code Joey to receive your first month free. Bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And I want to thank Bluechew.com for sponsoring the podcast. The joint is also brought to you by Relief Band. Listen, a lot of people got plenty to be anxious about. So when Uncle Joey says Relief Band helps me with my anxiety, you know it's the real deal. Relief Band has been clinically proven to quickly relieve and prevent anxiety-induced nausea. Guess what I did this weekend? I got sick. But towards the end of the second day, I charged up my Relief Band and it got me through the nausea. It's like the name says, it's a band you wear on your wrist to give you relief from nausea caused by anxiety, hangovers, car sickness. You change the intensity depending on how you're feeling to make it stronger or weaker. Listen, I don't know if you got anxiety, but this could help out your uncle, your aunt, maybe grandma, grandpa. Relief Band is 100% drug-free, non-drowsy, and provides long-lasting relief with zero side effects. And they just released the Relief Band Sport. It's waterproof, has an extended battery life, and attaches to your Apple or Android watch. Make Relief Band a great gift any time of the year. Like I said, you got an aunt, an uncle. I'm going to save you 20%. If you go to reliefband.com and use promo code Joey, I'm going to save you 20% and free shipping with no questions asked return. How's that? Who takes care of you like Uncle Joey on a Wednesday? Nobody. And they got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Listen, when I got the watch, it was for my surgery, and it was 2 years ago. It's still ticking, and I still use it. If you got anxiety, a little nausea when you fly, this is the way to go. Relief Band, RELIEFBAND.com. Use promo code Joey for 20% off and free shipping. The joint is also brought to you by the best, CBD Lion. Last week I had a little twitch in my shoulder. You ever been standing there and you got a little muscle twitch in your shoulder sometimes from working out? I put that little CBD Lion tape on my shoulder. Nothing. Brand new. Sometimes at night I can't roll over on my shoulders because my shoulders just hurt it. And I put a little piece of tape on it. I'm doing spinnerets on my fucking shoulder. Listen to me, CBD Lion, as far as I'm concerned, is the best. Help you a little anxiety, helps with inflammation, which is the cause that's destroying you and slowing you the fuck down every time you drink milk, eat sugar, all that shit. CBD Lion has gummies, medicated gummies with melatonin, bath balls, the cream, the tincture, the chocolate. It's just, they never end, and everything is 100%. Everything is solid. Even this Delta 8 they got, the gummies, will fucking grow hair on your chin. I ate some of them last night. I woke up all fucked up this morning. So do yourself a favor. When you're thinking about CBD, go to CBDLion.com and press in code Joey, Joint, or Church and get 20% off your order. Let's get this fucking party started.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? We're back. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Wednesday, April the fucking 13th. I'm sorry about Monday. Listen, guys, let's talk about this shit. For the last, and I don't want to bring it up, but I got it. And now they're doing it again. For the last 2 years, all you hear about is fucking, how you're going to get this, how you're going to die, how it's going to go in your chest. You're going to have to say goodbye to your loved ones on Facebook. I'm still waiting for the pilot to dying on Facebook. 100 people, 1,000 people died. Nobody saved the video of their uncle going, I can't take it no more, whatever. Let's put them together. Let's do a fucking movie at a movie theater. Everybody's looking for the next big fucking idea. I've been waiting for dying on Facebook for 2 fucking years. Nobody's put this fucking film together. Please, people, it's over. You've mourned them already. Take the footage of them dying with the tube in their nose. Let's put the film together. Let's get a big bag of popcorn. Everybody's crying. You know what I'm saying? COVID's gonna fucking kill you. But in that whole fucking time, they didn't say ugats about the fucking stomach flu that's going around. Where was this stomach flu invented? In a fucking bat cave also? Jesus Christ. Listen, I had COVID. Granted, I had the gay variation, the fucking Omnicron, whatever the fuck it is, Omnicron. He didn't show up with a full fucking set of bullets. You know what I'm saying? He showed up with like 2 bullets. You got a headache and a fucking stuffy nose. Get your shit together. That's the one I got. I got the little fucking, I got the Peter, like what's the worst apostle? I don't even know anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I don't know, Peter, Lucas, whatever, the rat, Fucking this stomach flu I had last week would fuck the fucking COVID up. It would fuck it up. It was nothing, guys. It was nothing. COVID got nothing on the fucking stomach flu. Nothing. I saw my wife, bro. I was talking to my wife, and all of a sudden, she comes back like somebody hit her in the head with a bottle of gin. She's American Indian, so you never know with these motherfuckers. She's fucking, looking around. I go, what's the matter? She goes, I don't know, Joey. I don't feel good. My wife has that. We're getting older. All right, go lay down. Fucking, I come back. I took Mercy to the school Chick-fil-A fucking reunion. I like Chick-fil-A. Whenever they have those nights where if you go and spend, it donates to the school, I call people. Chick-fil-A is the hot joint tonight. And there was like 3 parents were talking shit. One of the moms ate a gummy. Tremendous. But I took her to Chick-fil-A. When I got back, I brought a Chick-fil-A for my wife because that's what you do. And she's like, that's the last thing I want to see. She was in the shower, laying down, just puking in the shower, the poor thing in a bucket.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, what the fuck happened? And she's telling me all this, and the next day she was out of commission, and, me and my daughter had to do without. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast. Now nobody wants to hear if you're fucking sick anymore. Everybody's been sick for fucking 3 years. Nobody wants to hear it no more. So I fucking, Wednesday was just a fucking ho-hum day here. We fend for ourselves, and, we did little things. Thursday, she started feeling better, but next thing you know, my daughter's fucking ill. Now we got her out of school. She's barfing. Dog, she was fine. She ate a piece of ice cream, and it just fucking went out of her mouth tremendous. Down for the night. Didn't even say good night. So she didn't go to school Friday. So I'm fine. I'm looking at all this chaos in my house, people shitting. I'm smelling odors and shit. I mean, I felt really bad for my fucking wife because she was, she was just fucking wiped out. I mean, it just wipes you the fuck out for some reason. So Friday, I was like, fuck, I'm feeling okay. And I did what I had to do. I had a few meetings. I had to do something for DraftKings. And the next thing you know, it was like in the afternoon. I'm like, something ain't fucking right here, Just something didn't feel, when you don't feel right. It wasn't my stomach. I didn't have diarrhea. I just wrote it off to Friday. You know how like Friday at 4, you're like, I feel a little run down today. Like that's how I was feeling. Okay. No big fucking deal. So I don't know what we did Friday night. I don't eat shit on Friday because there's no meat. So I probably had like an egg salad fucking sandwich. And in fact, that's what I did have for dinner. I had an egg salad fucking sandwich. And, nothing really crazy. I don't know what we were supposed to do or whatever. And guys, the next thing you know, I'm like, you know what? I want to get up early Saturday. I had a couple fucking things to do. And I took my little CVS gummies. They sell these over-the-counter gummies at CVS to help you sleep. Remember I told you guys I got to alternate everything. So some nights it's some nights it's, NyQuil without the quill. And some nights I do the gummies. Some nights I do the CBD diet. Last night I did the fucking DC, whatever the fuck those things are. I did the CBD Lion Delta 8. Guys, I'm still fucked up today. I ate them a little late because I had a little insomnia late night, but whoo, I was fucked up. So anyway, I ate these little grape gummies. No big deal. I eat them one night a week. I buy them twice a month, maybe once a month. I eat like 10 of them. Regular people are supposed to eat 2. And I ain't regular, so I ate fucking 10 of them because I want to sleep like a baby. And I got the grape flavor. Like, it just tastes different, this grape, So fucking, it's like 10 o'clock. I'm talking to my wife. It's like 9 o'clock. And my wife goes, I'm going upstairs. Do what you need to do. I was just going to finish up some paperwork. And I ate these fucking gummies. And I'm eating the gummies, and it doesn't even dawn on me. And now I'm feeling it. I go upstairs. I go, fuck it, I'm going to go to bed. And I go upstairs. It's about 11 o'clock. I'm minding my own business. And next thing you fucking know, I got to barf. I got to barf again. I got to barf again. I got to barf again. I go, fuck it, it's 3 in the morning. What am I going to do? I'm not going to sleep, obviously. This is a barfathon. I came down here, and I fucking watched some TV, and, but then I barfed down here, and then one time I almost didn't make it. I had half a puke in the tub, in the bucket. And I was like, that's it. That's when my wife was barfing outside. And next thing you know, I just ran upstairs, and I don't know what even to take. And I think I drank a little Pepto-Bismol. But it was fucking cold. My wife put it in the refrigerator. What the fuck is it in the refrigerator for? I like it nice and warm. That pink little shit when you drink it, nice for your stomach. It takes those little pains away, those little things and shit. So I drank the fucking Pepto-Bismol, and that settled it. And I fell asleep. And guys, I woke up to, this is exactly what I heard in my head. Hell is coming for breakfast. It's a scene from fucking The Outlaw Josie Wales when he shows up and he's got the gun in his hand with the white sheet on it. He played a fake surrender. You know how Josie does it. He don't surrender. He played a fake fucking surrender. And that's when the old man Indian goes, uh-oh. Oh, God, hell is coming for breakfast. And he just fucking mangles those fucking cocksuckers. Anyway, that's what it was. Hell was coming for breakfast, Jack. All I remember was puking. One smooth move. It was a puke, and as I went down, I was pulling the back of my shorts down so I could do the quick turnaround to hopefully land my asshole right in the middle so the explosion from my diarrhea that's about to come out. And that's exactly what happened. I barfed a little bit. And I turned real quick, and as I was pulling my shorts down, that little stream of black liquid was coming out mixed with chicken bones and bubble gum from the 6th grade and shit. When that hit that fucking thing, and I'm like, oh, thank God I made it. And all of a sudden, I'm like, woo, right? Like, I got it. This is something out of a fucking movie, guys. I'm like, woo, I got it. I missed it. Because you don't want to, you're sick. You don't have to clean up the boot. You have to wipe some shit down. Then when you get better, you go in there with the Lysol and the fucking cleaner. Guys, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there, I'm like, woo, I made it. Bro, it was like the time I went to San Francisco, and I said, San Francisco's changed, and some guy walked at me with a big dick painted, he spray painted himself all naked, and I'm like, I spoke too quick. Same fucking thing. I was like, whew, I made it, and all of a sudden, I just felt it. Like my eyes just opened, and I could see my wife coming to check on me, and I go, Terry, get the bucket, like the little garbage bucket, and dog, I gotta be honest with you, and this is where the story ends. She missed the bucket. I missed the, what am I saying? She missed the bucket. It's me puking. I'm doing the puking. I missed the fucking 2 points. But this was the fucking crazy thing. Like, she put the bucket, like, by my chest level. But when it came out, guys, the force it came out with, it just went up. And all I heard it was hit the tub. That's 4 feet away, guys. At that point, I thought I was a fucking dead man. And after that one was when my head started pounding, because I was definitely dehydrated. Listen, thank God, again, for liquid fucking IV. Thank fucking God. That's why I got a little bit of water here. You haven't heard it. And I got my little bit of liquid IV, because I'm still fucking recovering. You know what I'm saying? So, that was it for me, guys. Once I barfed that, I remember, I even helped her pick up the bathroom carpeting, the shower carpeting, the little fucking island that sits around the toilet that smells like 10 dead pisses, because it's my piss that falls on there. I can't hit it with the turtleneck sometimes. So we just put it all in the hamper, and she said, leave it there. I just wiped my face. I put an ice bag on my neck, and I tried to lay down. There was no sleep. You sleep for 25 minutes, and you got to go to the bathroom for 10. You sleep for 25, 10. And that was basically it till fucking Saturday. That was all day. And then Saturday, you're just sitting here. Thank God for my fucking producer of the year who said, smoke a little. When I get sick like that, smoking is the last thing I think of, believe it or not. Yeah, it really is. Guys, it really is. I can't, you can't put marijuana on everything. I cannot tell people that marijuana cures it all. You know what I'm saying? I was having a conversation with a lady at the park, and she goes, do you think, nice lady, her husband's a cop, and she goes, do you think that marijuana I go, I'll tell you what, man, I'm not going to put this on a documentation, but I'll tell you what works for me. There was a time 30 years ago, I had a fucking toothache so severe. There was 2 times, I remember. There was probably 20 years ago in Boulder when I was just starting comedy. I was flat broke. And there was maybe a situation when I lived in Hollywood one holiday. They broke and I had a toothache, and the doctor couldn't see me till like the 3rd of January. And I went those 10 days with no oxys, no nothing, just straight up. And I finally go, let me try the reefer. And I'm going to tell you something about marijuana with a toothache. This is for Uncle Joey. If it takes you somewhere, it won't take care of the pain, but some way or another, it gets your mind thinking, so you actually forget about the pain. It's really interesting how marijuana works for pain. And then when you remember the pain, you visit it, you're like, oh shit, was it the marijuana, or was it I took my mind off the pain? It's a really interesting concept when you fucking think about what happens. And it works for me, guys. I'm not going to tell do you think the marijuana helps my knee pain? No. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to say, well, fucking Joe. No. And that's the same thing I say about CBD for some people. You know what, man? I love CBD Lion. It works for me. The fucking gummies work for me. The patch works for me. I've been rubbing the cream into my knee. Guys, I had another CBD line. You know me, I like to at least try. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't work for me. But they had a gummy that I felt I was fucking, so you understand me? Everything hits you differently when you judge that stuff. For me, I didn't even think about marijuana that day at all. I was feeling like I was going to die. And I was coughing, Obviously, you could tell I got some type of fucking lung thing going on. So I was like, I don't think I'm, and then I smoked, and I'm like, okay, the first 2 hits were a little rough. I'm not going to lie to you. But then like the fourth hit, I'm like, okay, now I can have chicken soup. So I was like, fucking, I got to put a feather in Mikey's cap. Fucking chicken soup. Because I told Mike, Mike, I don't know about tomorrow. Because if I would have just got sick, guys, and that's it, you could write it off to something. You had a bad hot dog, you had a bad fruit. You know, there's 1,000 things you could write it off to. But when 3 people in your house get it, it's pretty simple that it's a virus, it's contagious. So we either had to cancel Monday, or it hits you in 2 days. We all got clobbered within fucking 48 hours, so Mike wouldn't be here Wednesday. Or somewhere or another, I was going to short you this week. So my apologies. The other situation is, you know what? It's Easter week. What the fuck? You people are going to be traveling, fucking smoking dope, having a great fucking time with your families. So, you know, enjoy, cocksuckers. I know a lot of you like listening to the podcast and stuff. We got some shit out. We got some stuff worked out, but it's not even about that. It's Easter week. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your fucking surroundings. Eat some fucking hard-boiled eggs. Fart on the plane on the way home or on the bus. I love this time of the year. I'm going to have a good time Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not concerned with it yet. What I am concerned, I want to talk to you guys about something that came to my mind yesterday. I had to do something. And I had a specific time. I had to be there. Like the guy goes, if you could be back by 2 o'clock, you know, it would be great. But if it's a situation, I go, no. I'll be there at 2 o'clock. You know, and this is one of these stories for you guys that I didn't even remember this shit. But I thought about it at that time. And it was so helpful to me, you know. When I first got The Longest Yard, it was when I shot the movie, it was March of, I think I started shooting the movie in May of 2004. And, you know, I didn't think anything of it, guys. I just got the movie. I went to went to wherever the fuck, Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I shot the movie. And I was there for about 6 weeks, and then I came home, and my agent said to me, you know, do you know how long you're going to be home for? And I go, yeah, I'm going to be home for, and we're shooting to November or December. It doesn't really matter. We're talking about August now. I'm not thinking about the future. My agent says to me, there's a couple companies that want to meet with you. I got you like 20 fucking meetings. So shoot me your schedule, and I'll book the meetings around your movies or what your stand-up, you know. So no problem. I shoot him the schedule, and a couple of days later, I go to Jerry's Deli in the Valley just to write or something like that, and I see an agent up there. Was I tight with the agent? Not really. I knew him from being out, and he knew me, you know, on a hello, goodbye basis. I was just thinking about the story and the mentality, just to let you guys know. So we're sitting at the table. I don't know. He comes over to my table, and we start talking. He goes, do you mind if I sit? I'm meeting one of my other clients there. And I go, no problem. And the client walks in. He's a friend of mine. You know, like I know him from the comedy scene. It's not like we jump up and down together. But he's sitting there. This guy's a pretty popular comic at the time, you know. He wasn't a star by any means, but a star was rising. Funny guy, you know. Like I said, I didn't run with him in general circles. And that was the client he was meeting. So we all sat together. And, you know, one thing came up to the other, blah, blah, blah. And when the guy saw me, he was trying to steal me. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to impress me or something. I didn't know why. I was pretty happy where I was. It wasn't like I was out. I was just out trying to write jokes, and I wanted to get an egg cream and maybe a bagel. That's the only reason you go to fucking Jerry's. They're closed now, and the food ended up sucking dick towards the end. It was just god-awful the last fucking 5 years. But that was 2004, and what they wanted to say to me was, listen, man, you're going to get busy. They were trying to, like, blow smoke in my ass like Hollywood. I don't know if you guys are watching Winning Time on L.A., It's a show about the Lakers in 1980, how they started their run for the championship with Magic Johnson. Fucking interesting as fuck. That kid, Riley, that he took that role as Dr. Jerry Buss. If he doesn't win the Actor of the Year for this role, I'm fucking done watching TV. And I'm not even a big fan of his. I'm a fan of his work. I met him at an Adam Sandler thing. I didn't really say much. I didn't know what to talk about. I loved you in Boogie Nights, you know. But this guy, for years, I've heard how powerful an actor he is. Oh, my God. If you're not watching Winning Time on HB fucking O, it's interesting. You know, Magic Johnson's fucking on the phone with his mother, and she's like, "Are you eating good?" And you see him eating some fucking black chick, and then, "Are you going to church?" And he's banging another one doggy style and shit. It's crazy. It's a great show. Very, very entertaining, especially if you knew what was going on at that time. And I lived on that. That was Magic versus Larry Bird. That was the beginning of the whole thing. But what my point is I'm getting to is there's a scene in there where he has to go to a meeting to sell sneakers. And I got like flashbacks. This is what makes me talk about this story, about these meetings that you go to, they wait for you, and they have like a mug with your name on it for you. And they're like, "Joey, we loved you." You know what I'm saying? And you sit there and you go, "What the fuck do you want?" Now, if the meetings are in the morning, that means they're serious about this meetings. But if the meeting's at 4:45, that means you're there last 15 minutes until they get the fuck out. And they'll tell you when they walk in, "I don't have much time." And you're like, "Well, I'm happy you're saying that because I just drove an hour and a fucking half and I had to do this to get to this fucking meeting, you know?" So you bump into a lot of these meetings. "Well, hi, how are you?" And dog, you just go, "Holy fuck. How much do they pay you to act this way?" Like, "Hi, oh my God, we're so happy you're here. We are so excited to work with you. It's going to be an honor." You know, and you're like, "You fucking thief motherfuckers," you know. So that's why I'm thinking about this story, because of Winning Time with the meetings. And what this guy and this comedian, they were trying to lure me into their pen at the time. I don't know where the comedian is, and I don't even know where his agent is anymore. Those motherfuckers disappeared, and you're going to know what. And they were coaching me. Like, listen, bro, I take coaching from fucking stars, okay? If you want to fucking coach me, like, I'll sit and listen and give you the respect you deserve, but I don't even know you. And in LA, there's a lot of those type of fucking people that they, you know, just jump into your life, guys, and you're like, "Who the fuck are you? I don't even know you. What are you talking about?" So they're telling me that, you know, when I start going to these meetings, I have to be late. They're like, "You have to be late for these meetings. Always keep these assholes waiting. That's the mark of it." He goes, "You're not a TV guy. You're in a fucking feature film. That means something nowadays." He goes, "You got to go to all the meetings. When people invite you to meetings, you're always going to be late, whether they're social or whether they're going to be personal and business, because you always want to give people the idea that you're so much more busy than they are and that your life is worth something." And I'm like, my life ain't worth shit. I just did a fucking movie. They pulled me in the movie, not because of my acting fucking range or anything, because I'm the only 400 fucking fat fuck they could find. You know, let's be honest with us. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Even at that point, I'm like, what are these guys talking about? They're like, "You always want to be late. Keep them waiting." I know. And they started naming off stars. You have to wait a half hour for them. And they call the restaurant to make sure you're there. You know, like shit like that, guys, that... You know, I'm from Jersey. I'm a dirty Jersey guy. What the fuck do I know about fucking being late? If you're late, you're late. You know, I got hit by a fucking pigeon on the way here. You know, I hit a fucking deer. Whatever the fuck happens to you. So they're telling me all this shit. And guys, I got to be honest with you. At first, I was like, I don't know. You know, and I wasn't going to ask my man Rogan. That's the dumbest fucking question. And right there, I should have known. If it was too dumb to ask Joe, I shouldn't fucking ask the fucking question. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I knew it was too dumb to ask Joe. So right away, I got put on a fucking couple meetings and shit. I had signed with this Arabian manager, sweetheart of a guy. I don't even know what happened to him. He came to me like 5 years ago. I'm like, "How you doing?" He goes, "You remember me?" I'm like, "Not really." He changed completely, this guy. He signed me. He was like a hot up-and-coming manager, and he was looking for a guy that read scripts, and he wasn't looking for me at the time. He was looking for the comic I became. But at the time, in 2004, I wasn't that comic, you know. Not by a long shot, I wasn't that comic. So we lasted about 3 months, and he was an aggressive fucking dude. I had forgotten all about that. I worked with this guy. And you want me to tell you what the interesting thing was? When I worked with him in 2004. Let me see. I came home from shooting a movie maybe in August of 2004, and I worked with this guy till maybe March or April of 2005, right before the movie was released. He had another client that was in a TV show at the time, and the client was going to go abroad somewhere, and the client wanted him to go with him. And I remember we were talking about this for weeks. I had a mutual friend with the client. He's not even in business no more. And he was saying that he wanted to go to this place with him because whatever. So I knew this was coming, but I didn't know it was going to affect my relationship with him. But it was his out. He said, he called me one day and he goes, I can't work with you anymore because I'm going to be out of town for the next 8 months shooting this. If you want, I could find somebody. And I go, no. And at that time, I knew we were over because I just wasn't ready for his. He was a manager that had real talent, like they were together. I wasn't together. He was sending memos and shit to my house. And I'm like, he would send memos like 10 a day. And I'm like, why are you sending these fucking memos every day? I don't want to see this shit. And, he was just trying to teach me about the business, but I didn't want to learn. And he fucking got me. He had, guys, when I tell you after the longest yard, how many fucking meetings I had, holy shit. And right now, looking back at you, I can only think of like 3 of them. Like 3, I never forgot the Tom Hanks meeting. Like I had a little meeting with Tom Hanks. I never forgot that. I bet you he did. Yeah. I had a meeting with this guy that was so fucking outlandish. He wanted to put movies up just for me alone and shit. And then it just got creepy. He was going to put up a $2 million budget, but then about a month later, he called me to borrow $800 to go somewhere. Like it was, guys, it was, I went into a funk after The Longest Yard was released, but leading up to The Longest Yard, this is my first big thing. So I was getting my feet wet, and it was shit I couldn't fucking handle. So I started going, he started this agent, manager that was really trying to help me after I came home from The Longest Yard, sent me on a meeting one time at Fox, guys. And, you guys hear stories about me being buck wild. Guys, that shit hasn't happened in over 15 years. But until 2006, I had a little fucking flair to me. And, I try to do my best, but I tell you the honest truth on everything. I had this audition for a Fox pilot, right? Fucking tremendous pilot. If anybody was made for that pilot, it was your Uncle Joey. I read this pilot. I studied this pilot. I chopped it up. Somebody told me that they saw De Niro's script for Scarface while they were shooting Scarface, and it looked like a mangled magazine from all the notes and pictures. He takes pictures and hangs them in there and shit like that. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a role where I could put all the shit I did. So for some reason, under my cocaine, this is the end of the cocaine tab. I'm reading this fucking thing for a week, preparing for this goddamn audition. In and out. I wrote it out. I wrote the fucking script out by hand. I was a pretty good lead. This would have been, it was 3 roommates, and I was the outlandish one, and 2 of them were divorced, and I was the older one. It fit like a fucking glove. They told you all the info in this pilot, but for some reason, under my cocaine paranoia mental state, I read it a different way. And that happens. You don't read shit right when you're on fucking drugs. I read it as, this guy's a fucking cokehead that lives with 2 fucking roommates, and he's like and he never shaved. He was very gruff. All those characteristics of, he was paranoid. He was always in a bad mood. He couldn't find a job. And I'm thinking to myself in my cocaine mind, but these guys aren't telling me that he's a cokehead. So the audition was at 10 o'clock in the morning at Fox. What do you think your Uncle Joey did? He snorted cocaine till fucking 7:59 a.m. to prepare for the character. You understand me? Nobody's perfect, guys, but at least you got to be able to share these stories of you motherfuckers. Guys, I walked in there 3 sheets to the wind. Coke in my nose. I didn't know the coke was in my nose. I sat down. There was 4 people there. There was like 2 women, 2 guys. There was a woman that was the Captain Kirk of the Enterprise. And she's like, fucking, let's go over this. I did it like 2 times, guys. At the time, I thought I was Olivier. But guys, I got to be honest here. Just thinking, this is one of my darkest secrets, I'm telling you. It was god-awful. And I remember laying it out and feeling like those people that I used to see, like when I go to auditions, I sit by the door to see what people are going to do. When they open the door and they tell people, thank you for coming, the look on their face, I always say to myself, I don't want that fucking look. I don't ever want that look. I know what that look is. It's a look of fucking, should I shoot myself now or should I wait till I walk outside the building? That's that look. And once you see it, you're like, that motherfucker's going to shoot himself. For years, I just sat there and watched people, and it's like when I sat with Rogan in first class and people walked past me, I yelled, get to the dungeon. They'd walk past me and look at me and Rogan, I go, get to the dungeon. And they'd go back there like row 29 to fucking C in the bottom of the plane. I don't even know what I was talking about, so fuck it. What are we talking about here?
Wow.
Oh, the meeting. So I went in there, and I'm fucking 2 sheets to the wind, and I'm fucking doing these lines like I'm fucking Olivier, and they're looking at me, guys, like I just murdered somebody. I think I even put a hole in my shirt, guys. It was not a good Joe Diaz at all.
So you did it twice, and then what happened?
I did like 2, and they could tell. Anybody could tell I was fucking out of my mind. I can't say I was gacked up, and I didn't snort till 8 o'clock, but I didn't sleep. And, it was one of those things where you just don't fucking sleep and go to an audition. I remember going to an audition for a Travolta movie and seeing a fucking tremendous, I can't remember what his name is. This guy was a tremendous fucking actor. He had been on Miami Vice, movies. He's in the movie Kiss of Death with Nicolas Cage at the time. We were both reading for different roles. Guys, I walked in on a Monday. I had to fucking wake him up, give him tissues to clean his nose. I had to run and get coffee and juice for this guy. Peter something, Italian guy, very good looking from Brooklyn. He was good, dear friends with like Tammy Pascatelli and all those guys. I can't remember his name, his sweetheart of a guy. And I had to clean him up. I mean, and he's like, dog, when I woke him up in the audition, he's like, that look when you wake somebody up when they're all fucked up? He was like, am I okay? You're fine, dog, but you can't go into the audition like this. Come on. And I took him out, and I fucking took care of him. I walked in there in the same part. But I swear to God, I had an incident when I was a kid where I got on a plane. I went to order a drink from the bar because in the 80s, there were planes and bars that you could walk to and get a cocktail to stretch your fucking legs. And I remember I went up to the thing, and I was all fucked up. And I asked for a drink, and when the guy gave me the drink, I had a little Coke Rock that was dangling on my nose, and it was a black countertop, and the Coke Rock just fell on the counter. Me and the fucking bartender just looked at each other for like 2 minutes. We just looked at the rock and didn't say nothing. We were both, I was embarrassed as fuck. He couldn't believe a white little rock and it had like a little snot around it. Perfect. Even a child could go, that looks like a Coke Rock. And even if they didn't know about Coke, that was a Coke Rock. And we just stared each other down. I thought he was going to call security. And next thing you know, I just looked up. And I made believe like the chip fell off the fucking ceiling. You ever like in a place and a little piece of paint falls on the table? And I looked at the ceiling and I looked at the Coke Rock and I walked away. And the guy's like, you can't fucking con me with that look. Guys, the point of the story is I went into that fucking meeting and I could feel the cocaine liquid coming out of my nose. And after about 4 minutes, this lady goes, I need to have a word with you. And I thought she was going to ask the other people to leave the room. No. In front of everybody. In front of everybody, she didn't lay into me, but she did lay into me. And she said that, she liked me, but that I came into that thing over-prepared and overstimulated. She's like, I don't know what caused the stimulation today, but this is not an audition for the books and shit. And I was like, well, what do you want? I mean, guys, I was out of it. I was a year away from quitting cocaine. I mean, I obviously you could tell by this story that, after you go through one of these, you can't keep doing this shit. They just won't work you. And guys, I caught myself. I did catch myself, and it's always meant the fucking world to me that shortly after that, and I think after that was Boilermaker when they said the word got out that you're a coke fiend and shit, That's a tough fucking thing to knock down. And I sent her a card and a letter a couple weeks later, and I had a dear friend at Fox, and I called him like a man, and I told him what I had done, and he said he would talk to her again. And guess what? That dude just called me. He called my agency to talk to me. The agency called me. They go, "We want to talk. They want to talk to you about a project." I go, "Fuck, I haven't heard that name in 10 years." He was a big time at Fox for voiceovers, and I just spoke to him, and I called him, and he's like, "I'm really proud of you. I can't believe you took my cold reading class, and you did so much with it." Christian Kaplan, I love this motherfucker. But I tell you stories like that about how I failed all that shit to let you know how much I came back. But the original story I was trying to get to was being late for these things. Just the mentality of somebody telling me that, like, it really rang my bell over the weekend. Like, something just was like, what the fuck happened that day? Well, all these guys were like, you gotta be late. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I did it about 3 times. And I didn't like it. To be honest with you guys, I did it. I think I was late to 2 meetings. One, because of the advice they gave me. And the second one, there really is fucking traffic. But after the second time I did it, I was like, you know what, man? Hollywood stars are Hollywood stars. TV stars are TV stars. Comedy stars are comedy stars, but I'm either. Who the fuck am I to go to a meeting late? Even if who I'm meeting with, they're fucking shitheads and they're never going to do anything for me. And then, because listen, those meetings, 9.5 out of 10 times, nothing really happens. When they meet you in a restaurant, there's no casting couch. You don't get an opportunity to lick fucking Harvey Weinstein's nuts. No, I'm kidding you. With these general meetings and shit, you go to them, like I said, if they're in the morning, they really want to do something with you. If they're putting you off for 4:30, it's because you're their last meeting before the end of the day. And at least they could say, yeah, we did 5 general meetings this week. They used to be called 5 general meetings. Is me and Mike meet and we speak about the project. And we put a date or time to meet again. And if Mike wants to hire me, he calls me back. If not, he could just tell me whatever the fuck he wants. That's what a general is. That it's to let the Fox and CBS and the people in development know that you're alive. But you only got 5 minutes to let them know you're alive. You go in there, you're halfway fucking nervous, and you don't do your best. So for me, they never worked out. I know I could give you Josh Wolf's number. I give you a couple other comics that used to go for Generals Gone Wild, and nothing really develops from them. You know what I'm saying? So, and it really dawned on me how that whole story, that not being late, it fucked me up completely. Because I remember weeks later me going, I'm going to get to that meeting late. And I go, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave a half hour early and allow traffic on the 405, allow traffic on the 10, wherever the fuck this audition takes me, because that's where you usually go, Orange County. Nothing's around the corner like here. So I started being early, 15 minutes early. And guess what, guys? It didn't help my professional career as much as I wanted, but it helped my personal career to just get you out. And guys, I was always one of those motherfuckers that's on time. I don't like starting shows late. I don't like none of that shit. I understand things happen, but it's just, I know people who will be late all their life and won't expand. They won't. And to be honest with you, the moral of the story is, the comedian who was gung-ho about that, tell me how he did it to people, he never shot movies like I did. He's not even around anymore. And the manager that did it, he's not around either. That's how much bad fucking advice is. That's how much shit they put into you, and you really don't know what to fucking believe. Like, you really don't know. I don't know what they tell bands. I don't know what I was watching something the other day, Led Zeppelin breaking the band on whatever, and Jimmy Page is one of the interviews. He didn't even he had an interview with a chick from Cream magazine, and he wouldn't talk to her. The interviewer had to talk to the publicist, and the publicist would have to go in the other room and tell Jimmy what he said, and then no. And it's like, that's Hollywood behavior, that they allow all that shit. They allow that from the beginning. Like, he doesn't want to talk to me. You don't want to talk to me. I'm here as a fan to help you expand. I'm not putting you in the school paper. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to put you in Rolling Stone. I'm here to put you in Cream. I'm here to put you in GQ or whatever, and you don't want to talk to me? You don't want to fucking look at me? I mean, they don't make eye contact. You know how many fucking jobs I went to? Well, I'll tell you the truth right now, 3 of them. I went to 3 jobs for sure where they told me not to make eye contact with the star of the show. Guys, that doesn't work for a guy. That never worked for a guy like me. When you hear me throw rants like I did the other day, it's not that I, it's that LA just does stuff to people that it's different level. And I should not say LA. I'm sick and tired of saying LA because LA is a very nice place. And there's a lot of great people in LA that have great intentions. I became a great comic from the people in LA helping me. And they came in all different fucking sizes, shapes, whatever the fuck, But I also knew the evident end was you have to help yourself. You have to put in the time and clock the hours and figure out what works for you. But that always dawned on me. And it even, stayed with me years later. How they were, it's not called grooming. It's like letting you know how you have to act. I was watching Winning on HBO the other night. It's a scene where Dr. Jerry Buss contacts the coach of UNLV, Jerry Tarkanian. I don't know if you guys are up with Final Four and the fucking, Jerry Tark, the shark and all this shit. That's why it's interesting. And he goes to meet with Harry Tarkanian, whatever. And he goes, I want you to be the head coach of the Lakers. And he goes, be out there with those fake people. And I was like, wow. Let me think about it. This show's supposed to be 1980, 79, whatever, around that time. And this guy's saying fake people. And I started thinking about that after the show ended Sunday night or whenever I was watching it, because it comes on HBO at Sunday nights. I'm not getting paid for this. I just want you guys to watch good TV on Sunday night. You don't get paid for everything. Most things I like to talk about because I enjoy them. Other people enjoy them. Maybe you haven't been turned on to them. My friend called me yesterday. He said to watch a show on a pilot on HBO. I didn't know what the fuck it was. It's called The Invisible Pilot, about a fucking redneck who kills himself. Tremendous. No, he fakes his own death. And then he comes back as a drug smuggler. So nobody really knows he's on the fucking radar and shit. The first 40 minutes, let me tell you something, I almost hung myself 3 times watching it because it's just a bunch of fucking rednecks talking. I didn't know what he did. His next move was going to be, but after that, it just opened fucking up. My brother George turned me onto it the other night. He keeps asking me, have you watched that? And I keep breaking his ball. It sucks. But I watched episode number 2 the other night, and it ain't fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? Again, FYI, guys, I don't know if you're going to watch this. I don't give a fuck. A lot of people come to me and throw show ideas at me, and I'm like, guys, I'm not even going to remember that shit by the time I get in the car. But it's the truth. I got fucking things going in and out of my fucking coconut. I was having a great week last week. It ended off, I even booked a voiceover in a film last week, guys. June 30th. I shoot it. They offered it to me, and it pays. It goes towards my insurance. More good news. Uncle Joey got his fucking insurance again. I don't have to pay $2,400 a fucking month to a Screen Actors Guild. Okay. Guys, I'm 50 fuck. I'm vested. 20-something years in the union, I don't have fucking insurance. You gotta help me out here. What the fuck is going on with fucking society? I even got my fucking frequent flyer miles. They still got them. I thought they were gonna wrap them up because I haven't flown lately. Like, keep them. You were a good man for years. I'll be back, cocksuckers. I got a great show tonight. A lot of people are asking me how I feel, and I'm gonna fucking tell you how I feel. I feel like I did yesterday. I'm a little excited about doing it. I have a couple butterflies, or it could just be gas. You know what I'm saying? I got something in there. It's butterflies. I got 10 minutes, guys. And for no reason at all do I want you guys to lose your mind or anything. I got guys, when do I get tickets? I really want to see. Guys, I got 10 minutes. I haven't been on stage in 13 months. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think I'm going to go out there and do Lenny Bruce live at Carnegie Hall? Are you fucking crazy, guys? Are you really fucking nuts? I'm happy about Wednesday, and I'm going to go there and try to have the best time I can. You know, I'm trying to think about what I want to be different. You know, I was talking to my wife the other night about I'm not 100% in. You know, I'm going to try it a few times and see how I feel and leave the door open for the future, but it's not like I want to go on a fucking tour right now at all, you know. I'm going to talk to Bert and see what Bert's got and see what dates I'm available to do. You know, one of the things you have to do with comedy that I never knew what it meant was if you ever listen to Synchronicity by Police, great fucking album, Wrapped Around My Finger, that song Wrapped Around My Finger's on that. And he says something about, you know, he's in love with a married woman in that song, I guess. And he goes, you know, you sold your fate with that wedding ring. In other words, that you booked your future out. When you came to a relationship, you already booked your future out. One of the things I didn't like about, you know, because I had to do a George Washington close. You know, I put like what I liked about it and what was bothering me towards the end. You know, I'm just trying to be honest with myself, guys. You know, BetterHelp is there for you, but they can't help you all the fucking time. Decisions you're going to have to make on your own. Your psychiatrist, your parents, your mom, your dad, this decision you're going to learn to make on your own. So you learn how to make good judgment calls, you know. And if it takes, excuse me, writing out a list with the pros and cons of the position you're going for, if that's what it takes to let you know, to open up your eyes, I'd rather you do that so you know what you're getting yourself into. I wish I would have done this more when I was in my early 20s and mid-30s. George Washington, close yourself. Why fuck around? George Washington closes, pros and cons, right on line through the middle, 5 on each side. Let's go. What do you want to do? What do you like about it? What do you don't like about it? And for me, I don't like getting bombarded no more. I enjoy my phone not ringing, you know. You know, I talk with a lot of my friends, and one was asking me if I missed the limelight, and I'm like, not at all. I don't miss any. I was never in the fucking limelight. I was in the fucking shadows. But do I miss? No, not at all. I don't miss. You know, somebody asked me if I want to go on a tour, and a day later I was getting calls to book out the dates you want in June. I'm not prepared for that. You know. I don't know if I want to work June 12th or June 13th. I don't even know. I haven't done it in so long. So this is why, for my purposes and for your purposes, I mean, I've had clubs call me, guys, and say, listen, we heard you're doing it. Why don't you just book September? And if you don't want to do it, cancel it. Because I don't want to do that to my people. If not, I could have done that already. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want to pull what's a chick who died? What's it? Yeah, Amy Winehouse. I don't want to pull it. Is she coming or not? Yeah. I don't want to do that to you. You guys know me that. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to go down there. I'm not going to go down there. I don't give a fuck what you got to give. I don't give a fuck you got reefer, you're jumping up and down. If I don't want to go down there, it's not going to happen. So in the last 2 years, close to 2 years, I've been sitting here telling you soon, and you haven't seen it happen, have you? No. The book's coming out, though, May 23rd of 2023. That's the fucking bad news. They're going to fucking put it online Thursday or whatever. It's going to be out. Like, people, not the book, not the print, not pre-order, nothing like that. No. Just to let info know that, I forget what they call them. Guys, publishing is not my fucking life here. It's, you know. But I don't know what they're going to call it or whatever the fuck. But I'm excited. We got it out. I didn't get anything back for edits or anything, but I did get an email over the weekend, Friday, you know, when I was with my head in the toilet, that we were publishing on the May 23 of 2000, or May 20th of 2020. I will post up all the available info as I get it, but it doesn't look like it's going to be this year. Does it come with an audio copy and a flag and a picture of you and an autograph? Let's wait for the book to come out, all right? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you going to do any book signings? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what I'm doing yet. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm doing today. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to get a fucking haircut. because I'm not going on stage looking like. The one thing I like about fucking winning with my man C. Riley is that he's got a tremendous hairdo. He's got to wrap it around and comb it and put fucking. You should have seen my hair when I fucking was sick the other day. I got up in them because I had to keep putting the sleep apnea mask on, take it off, keep it on, take it off. My hair was just shooting straight up in the fucking air. It was tremendous, but all it was fucking white. So I'm shooting, I got to do a few videos, and I don't want to shoot it looking like Johnny Vampy, so I'm going to get all done up. They're going to trim my eyebrows today. Fucking the hairdo of life. I'm going to be looking like fucking Johnny Pop Sedara on 144th and Magnolia Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what that is. But it's been a great week. It's going to be fucking Easter week. And as usual, you know, during these times, the last, I don't know, it seems like more people are dying. Does that, anybody else? It seems like the last couple of years, every week you get a notice of somebody dying. I've never remembered it like this. You know, when I was a young kid, I had a couple of years there where it wasn't fucking kosher, but for the most part, it's, you know, everybody's been able to keep their fucking life together. And the last 2 years, you know, we lost Meatloaf, Tom Petty. We've lost a lot of, I don't know, Tom Petty died before the pandemic, but
Still feels recent.
yeah, we lost a lot of good fucking people over the pandemic, and we're starting to lose. You know, I was thinking of the comic the other day, and I remember he got hit by a car. Remember the comedian in Texas that got hit by the bus during the pandemic? I forgot what his name is. Real talented guy, really funny. You know, there's been, you know, Jeff, the piano player at the store, passed away. There's just been so many people that have been off color. You know, I really wanted to go to the store's 50th anniversary last Thursday. And Wednesday night I looked online and looked at tickets, and I reserved a ticket out of Newark for JetBlue. I was going to try to leave at 2 in the afternoon, get to L.A. like at fucking, I don't know what time it was, 3:30. It would give me enough time to get it was like, I had like a 3-hour window to get to Hollywood, to the hotel, take a shower, and go to the Comedy Store reunion. You know, Ari was going to go, Steve Simone. I really wanted to see those guys, and I don't know if this would have been an opening for me to go back or if this would have been closure. I don't know. I wasn't even looking at it like that, but I wanted to go. A part of me was really enthusiastic about going. So I packed like a half a bag, Puerto Rican bag, and I was like, you know what? If anything goes down, I'll just shoot to Newark. I'm 30 minutes away. When I looked at the thing, the first 2 flights of the day were already canceled. So I was talking to Ari, and he goes, are you thinking of flying out? And I go, yeah. I'm thinking of taking this flight. And he goes, I don't think they're going to do it because Ren Azizi just got canceled. Ren Azizi's not coming in. So I didn't go to the fucking store, 50th reunion. I spoke to a few people. I'm going to try to see Eleanor Thursday night. She's with Dice down at Uncle Vinny's, so maybe I'll go down there. She called, said they had a nice time and stuff. But yesterday morning I woke up to, again, I could tell you 1,000 stories. She was just a great, sweet kid from the store. And 12 years ago, about 10 years ago, Mercy's 9. This was December of 2012. Flappers called, and they said, can you help out Jim Jeffries this weekend? He's taping. He won't be able to get there late. He was taping his Comedy Central special. And I was like, you know what? I'm in town. I have to stay close because my wife is due. You know, it was like after the holidays. So Mercy was born on the 13th of January. So I remember it being right before the holidays. I wasn't working New Year's, or maybe I was doing the little room at the Ice House. And I was just there doing spots, guys. You know, you're just doing 2 shows. Nothing, I wasn't lighting the world on fire. It really wasn't my show. So when I got to that night, I met this girl, and she told me she was a social media manager. That was new to me. You know, I didn't even know what a social media manager was. And she was very nice and very sweet. And, I went home that night, and the next day I came back to do the 3rd and 4th show. And one of the comics pulled me aside and said something to me that kind of was about me, that I had done something not fucking kosher, you know. And I was like, guys, I don't know if you know this, I did my set last night. And just went right home. I parked illegally at Flappers. I knew how to park illegally, and I had enough time to do it. And so when I would go to Flappers, I would never really hang. There's not a hang at Flappers. They had a little green room in the back, and they used to give you yoo-hoos, and I liked the yoo-hoos and stuff. It was a great touch. I like Flappers, and I miss Flappers. They stayed open during the pandemic, and I wish them nothing but well. They're doing great things now. So that Saturday when I came back, what the comic told me was that the girl, the social media girl, said that I had grabbed the pussy. And my wife isn't home, pregnant. I'm in father mode. You know what I'm saying? I'm not drinking. I'm not doing shit. And I go, what? And I go, I'm going here? I go, I only met her in here. She only came in here. She was in front of you guys. So I had nothing to worry about. Yeah. I go, I met her in here, and there was Jim Jeffries, his publicist was somebody else was there, and there was another comic in there. I go, no, didn't you guys go out afterward? And I go, what? I go, no. And I left the office, and I went and hunted it down. And I go, can I have a word with you? And she's like, what? And I go, the comic told me that you're upset with me because I grabbed your pussy last night. And she goes, I don't want to talk about it. She goes, you grabbed it at the bar. And I go, Argh. I go, hold on 1 second. I went and got the bartender, and I go, hey, dog, because I was coming in there a lot at the time. I go, do I ever come to the fucking, was I in the bar last night? He goes, no. I go, can you talk to me for a second? So I went and pulled her out, and I said, this is what happened, you know? And she's like, okay, well, maybe it wasn't you. And I go, maybe it wasn't me. That's not the right fucking answer. That's not the right answer. Maybe it was them. Before you make this allegation, you better be damn sure. She was drinking. And she thought I had gone back to the bar. You know, I was not at the fucking bar. I don't go to fucking bars. No, I don't want to be in bars. So, I went home, and I'm like, you know, and I started talking to her. Guys, at first I was a little angry. This is before the whole Me Too movement and everything. But I got a wife at the house. I'm not going out to this, grab some girl's pussy at a fucking thing. So we started talking, and we became friends, you know, like, hi, you know, what are friends, you know, hi, how you doing? Good to see you. How's comedy? I saw her a couple times, then I didn't see her anymore. Boom. Pop goes to Weasel. I go to the store, there she is. She's a social media manager. Sweet girl. She has a boyfriend. You know, I talk to her all the time. But she always wanted more. And that's all of us, guys. I can't be mad at somebody for somebody wanting more. But for a long time, I wanted more. But you have to look at your surroundings and see what you can give yourself and what you're capable of giving. You know what I'm saying? She wanted more, and she was going to get it eventually, but it was going to take time. Like anything else, you know. Guns N' Roses put out a great fucking first album, but they were even a lot better by Use Your Illusion. They got really good by Use Your Illusion. It takes time and more open, you know. Then they got a budget for a fucking $8 million video. You know, you understand where I'm going with this? You know, things are gonna move for you, but it takes time. You know. And we'd always chat about comedy and whatnot. They got into an argument one night. I don't know what happened. She quit the store. But she'd still come down and do spots, and I would always talk to her. Very sweet. I bumped into her in Vegas, you know, tried to give her advice and stuff. And then she had, like, you know, she would get drunk, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. Bottom line is, yesterday I woke up, and I saw that picture that, you know, she had passed away on Sunday. This girl couldn't be a day older than 35. You know, a fucking day older than 35. I don't even clock her at that, you know. I was tight with her. Like, towards the end, you know, she would come to me for advice when I was shooting The Sopranos. She was in the city doing some chicken video or something like that, and I went to meet her and give her weed one night. She asked me if I was going to Brooklyn, and I go, no, so I gave her 40 for the fucking, for the Uber or whatever, you know. And then in LA, she would be at the Comedy Store, and I would talk to her at the Comedy Store, and she would always ask for advice. But I could always see she was impatient. Things weren't moving fast enough. And she was really driven, which I have no problems with. All those three things. You know me, guys. I support that. What I don't support is the acceleration. When do you stop and when do you go up to 60? There has to be a balance. when attacking. You can't always be fucking doing 60. Things are not always gonna happen. I'm the most impatient motherfucker in the world, and I even know that. When you're in this art game, you learn to be patient. Shit is not gonna happen, it's gonna be busy for you. Never mind when you get into trying to get money from somebody. All you motherfuckers that, I'm gonna make movies and finance films. Good luck. That's a completely different mind fuck. Wait till you ask for 800 million, they give you 800 Bitcoins. Trust me, motherfuckers. So this, and I feel bad because throughout the day I learned what went on, and she wasn't happy, and she might have taken her own life. I'm saying this, maybe, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Sam Tripoli posted a picture, so I called him last night, and I go, Sam, fill me in, and we spoke, and she was unhappy, and she was in Oklahoma. And when I was withdrawing heavy duty, when I was going still to physical therapy, she called me out of the blue one day and said to me that, because what happened was, listen, I know when somebody's struggling in LA. I know the look in your eye. I know how people act when they're struggling, and I know how you feel. It's a horrible feeling. When somebody's struggling, I'm the type of guy that I'll throw you a bone. If I see you struggling in that sense, I'll throw you a well-deserved bone just to pick up your spirits a little bit. But I can't throw you an opening gig with Joe Rogan. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I could throw you a bone. I could get you a gig with Dean Delray. I could do something. In time, I could hustle up something. It may not be what you want, but it's what's coming down the pipe right now. And if you want to work and get better at your craft, this is the job you're going to accept. She said to keep my eyes open, and I tried to. And she would always contact me for the difficult rooms. Like, she wanted to get into this room, and I'm like, that guy is not going to let you go in there right off the bat. You got to go in there with a headliner. And she's like, well, I don't want to go in there with a headliner. So anyway, to make a long story fucking short, one day I was by the bagel place. I was still coming home from physical therapy, and she called, and she said that she had a rough pandemic. She had caught a bad case of drugs. She had it bad with the drugs for a while. She fell into a depression. She was going on through a lot of other stuff in her life, but she really, really wanted to be a stand-up. And that's why I respected the shit out of her. This girl could have been a really good stand-up in time. She just needed time. You could tell when somebody has that comedic mind. Lee Syatt, believe it or not, as crazy and whacked and torturing and flying Jew, Lee Syatt has got a Woody, one of those Woody Allen minds. Not that he's going to go fucking Chinese students or whatever, or Chinese daughters of people that are 16. Lee has a very, whatever type of mind. If Lee would have done comedy for 8 or 9 years, Lee would have been really good. His delivery would have been good, but his little off-color jokes are fucking hilarious. She had that. She had that goofiness. She had that innocence. So it was going to work in time. When I spoke to her, she wasn't in good spirits. I don't think she was very happy with me, because she came to me once and she goes, I'd really like to do your podcast when you're ready, when I'm ready. And I said, well, you let me know when you're ready, At least she wasn't bugging me about the podcast or anything. So I go, let me know when you're ready. Guess when she called me? August 14th. Right at the end. She called me out of the blue. The pandemic started, we lost, and that's what Sam Tripoli said. When the pandemic started, we lost contact with a lot of those guys because our communication was the store. We didn't know them from anywhere else, so I lost contact with her. And I picked up and she's like, hey, can I come on the podcast? And I go, you're not going to believe this. Because she always had the worst luck. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if she was one of those people that was $1 a day, a day late or $1 short. God bless her. But she fucking said, I want to do a podcast. And I'm like, you're not going to believe this. I just packed up the studio, and Lee just got in his car. And she goes, oh, so I think in turn she was kind of angry with me. I said, I'm not doing it, but in time, if I start another one, we can do the podcast, When she called me that day, she was talking about that because she had an incident at the store. They asked her to leave one night, and then they wanted to ban her for 30 days. I don't exactly know the fucking story, guys, but somebody had told me and George Perez the story, and we were talking about it with Jeff Scott, God rest his soul, the piano player in the back. And there must have been a waitress there or something, and she told Sarah, God rest her soul, that me, Jeff, and whatever were talking about it. And what were we talking about? I was just explaining it to her. We were going over that when she called me that day in the bagel shop, maybe, I don't know, last March maybe. Had to be maybe a year ago. And she was upset, and I apologized. I said, but she was, listen, I respect your dream, but I want you to keep it in check. I always respect everybody's dream, but you have to keep it in check, and you have to check yourself on a monthly basis to see where the fuck you are. If you can continue to take what they're giving you. LA is a very hard place. If you're coming from hell, if you're coming from a hell in your life, LA is not going to be the place right off the bat. In your mind, it's very soothing. It's very, palm trees, the eagles, ha ha ha. But in reality, the business of LA is a fucking monster. And sometimes if you come from somewhere where you were in a hell and you come into LA, it's not going to work out for you. And this is what I thought about last night after I got off the phone with Tripoli. That it didn't work out for this girl. Hollywood's a motherfucker. And all I can say is I hope the comics around her and her friends that were around her learn that this isn't a fucking joke anymore. They're playing for keeps. And I'm really sad for her family and what they're going through and her friends. So my heart goes out to Sarah. And I'll see you on the other side, cocksucker. You were a fun girl, and I'm sorry. And that's my podcast for Wednesday, the motherfucking 13th of April. Like I said, I'm excited about Uncle Vinny's tonight. If you can't make it, sold out. Don't sweat it. It's 10 fucking minutes. Listen, if we keep doing this, we're just going to get better and better. I don't like people seeing me in a shitty state anyway. So I'd rather you see me when I'm cooking with fucking gas. This is free. I don't give a fuck how I show up here. But when you're paying the fucking heavy duty and you're getting a babysitter and the whole thing, I got to show up with 6 fucking bullets, correct? What the fuck? I love you cocksuckers with all my heart. Stay black. Happy Easter. And we will see you motherfuckers in preparation of 420. Stay black. Have a great week. See you next week. All right, we had a good time today. It was time to see you guys and just chit-chat. We'll come back with the guests next week and talk some shit. But the joint is brought to you by Relief Band. Listen, if Uncle Joey tells you Relief Band works towards anxiety, air travel, car travel, it helps for me, it helps my daughter. Relief Band has been clinically proven to relieve and prevent anxiety-induced nausea and vomiting. It's like the name says. It's a band you wear on your wrist to give you relief from nausea caused by things like anxiety, morning sickness, chemotherapy. You can change the intensity depending on how you're feeling to make it stronger or weaker. Relief Band was there for me when I had my surgery. I got it in the mail. I didn't even know what the hell it was. And bam, it works. Relief Band is 100% drug-free, non-drowsy, and provides long-lasting relief. And they just released a Relief Band Sport. It's waterproof and it connects to your Apple or Android watch. Now, Relief Band makes a great gift any time of the year for your uncle, and some people go fishing, they go on boats. If you go to reliefband.com and use promo code Joey, you'll receive 20% off and free shipping with no questions asked, 30-day money-back guarantee. Do yourself a favor. This is a gift. Mother's Day is coming. Father's Day is coming. This is what you need right now. They already got a wallet and a tie and all that shit. Go to reliefband.com and use promo code Joey for 20% off plus free shipping. The joint is also brought to you by CBD motherfucking Lion. When it comes to CBD Lion is the best. I've been with them for 3 years and I just fucking love them. And they with me, they love me. So we got a perfect match. You want to start small? Start with the tincture. Get the 1,500 milligram tincture. your head's gonna fucking blow up. Get the kinesiology tape, another great one. Anyway, go to CBD Lion, read their third-party lab results. You see what you like, get some CBD sent to your house, and don't forget about those Delta 9 gummies. I get them delivered to your house with a 20% discount from CBD Lion when you use code Joey. I also want to thank Bluechew. Listen, April showers bring May flowers. What does that mean? You want to sling dick with 3 hands. It's time to plant your seed. You want a February baby. Let me tell you something. Bluechew is tremendous, guys. I love it. I love it. Comes in a little package. You put it in your wallet. You can take it anytime, any day or night. The process is very simple. You go to bluechew.com and talk to one of their licensed medical providers. Once you're approved, you receive your prescription and nobody knows nothing. There's no doctor's office, there's no pharmacy, no guy with eyebrows beating you to death. It ships right to your door in a discreet package. Bluechew tablets are made in the US of A, way cheaper than your pharmacy. So if you could benefit with a little extra confidence when it's time to sling dick, Bluechew can help. And here's a special deal for the joint listeners. Try Bluechew for free when you use promo code Joey at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code Joey to receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details. I want to thank Bluechew. I want to thank Relief Band. I want to thank CBD Lion and ONNIT for having our back this week. But most importantly, I want to thank you savages. I'll see you cocksuckers next week, Monday morning, tip-top magoo. Happy Easter.